Frontier 1v1 Siwal Frontier blue side. Tex plays a Plague Champion, starts off range with that damage over time Plague Bolter, good utility and damage, can repair and put up turrets but lacks mobility. And red side we have Naaium playing a Force Commander, offensive melee, quite versatile, can tank, disrupt and even support a little. Siwal Frontier then, quite an odd map. We have this huge line of resources going down the centre where all of the VPs are, none of them are natural then, and just a sparse 2 resource points that would be considered natural, a rec point and a power point. Triple heretics from Tex to start off. Potential to go horribly wrong or really well. We have tactical marines on the field for Naaium, heavy ranged infantry. We'll need to be careful with triple heretics around. They start off as a melee unit, quite fragile but reasonably dangerous, can be upgraded with grenade launchers or an aspiring champion. 498, 500 early VP lead for Naaium. He has taken the top with his quick scouts. Most likely we will see double scouts from Naaium. Quick light infantry really help marines with map control. Have good utility as well with shotguns and grenades. Heretics taking the bottom VP in the southwest. And here come the marines to try and take the center. Plague Champion standing in cover. He's going to be tied up by the Force Command here while the scouts cap, and he'll need to back that guy off. And look at the amount of health he's losing. Bolt Pistol getting shots off by the Force Commander as he chases, but can now turn and shoot the Force Commander back. Double heretics hitting Naaium's power. Look at this straight away. We have Devastators for Naaium, not double scouts then. Setup team that's suppressed with a heavy bolter. The full heretics really don't like setup teams and are backed off. Tactical marines now shooting up these heretics with their bolters. Tex needs to keep these guys moving. Losing a bunch of models, these guys are going to bleed Tex so much. Lose all but 2. Needs to keep these guys moving. There's a Doom Blast to suppress the Force Commander, and here are some Havocs. Force Commander forced to retreat. Setup team that's suppressed with a heavy bolter, very much like the Devastators. Can both get las cannons in tier 2. The Havocs though can also get an auto cannon. Devastators on the other hand can get vengeance rounds, and they can get them in tier 1. 446, 500. Plague Champion might be taken down. Decaps and retreats just in time, and it's a 1-to-1 cap. Slight VP lead from Naaium, and Tex now gets some Chaos Space Marines, heavy ranged infantry that are decent in melee, a bit more offensive and specialized in tier 2 than the more durable and versatile tactical marines. And we have grenade launchers on one heretic squad, and we're going to have grenade launchers on one of the other heretic squads as well. Very strange build order from Tex. Chaos Space Marines decapping this power. We have tactical marines though decapping and now capping the southwest VP. Force Commander has his Iron Halo, but now suppressed by the Havoc. There's not much he can do here. Might want to get some Assault Marines on the field now that we see double grenade launcher heretics. The other heretic squad kept at 3 models and used a cap and just about finishes. Plague Champion now going northeast. Tack still on capping duty, or not. He's going to use them to defend power now, I think. Devastators need to set up quickly. Here come Chaos Space Marines trying to get into melee, and they should be able to because the Havocs themselves are suppressing the Devastators. Nicely done by Tex. Unlucky from Naaium to get those guys suppressed while they were setting up there. Probably hoped that the first burst would take out a CSM model. 396, 500. Naaium with the VP lead, but Tex starting to win engagements here left and right. Plague Champion now decapping that northeast power. Here comes the Force Commander again. Still has those Havocs to deal with and is getting some Assault Marines. These grenade launchers of the Heretics do put out some really nice AoE damage. Not so useful versus commanders though. Those scouts especially will need to really watch out. And they take out a generator there, look at that. Now suppressed. Nope, they weren't. Just taking damage. I thought the Devastator had set up. Devastator instead is going northeast. And will suppress the CSM. Tex knows he can't make it there in time, so backs them off. And they are not suppressed. A double now for Tex. Here come the Assault Marines though. Jumping the Havoc, such a hard counter to set up teams, these guys. Disruptive melee unit that leap into combat. Bolt pistols and chainswords can get a sergeant in tier 2 who has a power sword. And Naaium is now going to harass power, and he has tactical marine flamer to do just that. Havocs though will set up in the safety of base to suppress these guys. They're only suppressing the Assault Marines at the moment, and Assault Marines jumping in. Base turrets now shooting the Assault Marines. Can they get a model loss? They can't, but they do get away without being suppressed. Now we have the Sword of Undeath, as it's called in this tooltip mod, most commonly known as just the Plague Sword for the Plague Champion. Really nice power weapon. 50 power melee DPS, much like the not often seen Force Commander's power sword. The difference being that this one creates zombies for the Plague Champion. He is taken down though in retreat. Force Commander wins the day with durability given to him by that Iron Halo. Tex with huge map control. Naaium will now need to spread out and start capping stuff. He has a triple. Naaium goes tier 2. Assault Marines, wow, taking a lot of damage from these grenade launchers. Decide to jump in, but jump right into Havocs and get away without a model loss. That is important from Naaium. Doesn't want to bleed Assault Marine models. We have some Nurgle worship from this 2 model squad of Heretics, boosting health regen of infantry. Plague Champion running around with just the Plague Sword can get him killed quite a lot. Really needs mucus discharge and or an armor upgrade, I think, to really hang out in melee. Even in tier 1 it's quite dangerous for him. Tex following Naaium into tier 2. So 1-to-1 cap now, gonna be a 2-to-1 for Naaium. Scouts take the southwest. Here come double grenade launcher Heretics to have a word, and they're gonna really get hurt, these scouts. Scouts still in their default state. Nope. They have the infiltration upgrade, as you can see. And we don't see an aspiring champion heretic around, so they will not be spotted by Tex unless he gets something really, really close to them. Chaos Space Marine is forced to retreat by Tax, who will now decap this power. Forces quite spread out now. Devastators are going to get grenade barraged. Knocks them out of their setup. Ouch! And then a bunch of grenade goes in and takes out 2 models. Wow. Really unlucky for Naaium. They were really bunched up there, those 2 models. Tex now hits tier 2. What's he going to go for? Bloodletters I think would be good. Blood Crusher, too much of a risk I think when you're up against a Force Commander, especially with Assault Marine melter bombs. This Plague Sword doing some serious damage to those Assault Marines who now have their sergeant and jump the Havoc. Now in retreat. Have some Nurgle worship. Scouts coming in, shooting their bolters at those Heretics. And we're going to see them force melee here. Grenade launcher Heretics lose all of their melee effectiveness, so it is a viable tactic against them. Mark of Khorne CSM on the field for Tex. Gives them chain axes which act as power weapons. And the aspiring champion gets that melter pistol that you can see firing. Merciless Strike knocks them back. Devastator support now. Tex, I don't think will be able to push. No. Should get the mucus discharge now, really should, to support his Plague Champion and those Mark of Khorne CSM. easy to say though. He doesn't have the... oh, he does have the power. 302, 320. It's a double for Naaium. About to be a triple. Naaium has done really well to come back in after unorthodox triple heretic opening for Tex. Has dealt with it reasonably well. Those double grenade launchers have really put some hurt on him though. Never nice to have to reinforce Devastator models. Force Commander going up against the Mark of Khorne CSM, relying on his Iron Halo here because his default chainsword isn't going to scare these guys a whole lot, and is forced to retreat in the end. Mark of Khorne CSM are no joke in melee. Also gives them a nice health and speed buff, of course, to help them in melee. We have Touch of Nurgle, aspiring champion heretics for Tex, scaring the heck out of those assault marines and forcing them to retreat. That's a global ability of the Plague Champion, giving health, knockback, damage, knockback, and a heal whenever a model dies. So great synergy with Doom Blasting heretics. 202, 320, still a double for Naaium, and he has scouts to harass these heretics. They have shotguns. Looks like he's not going to risk a shotgun blast though. The infiltrating scouts, of course, spotted by the aspiring champion there and forced to retreat, lost the model. Assault marines jumping in, down to half HP though. This is risky because there's a plague sword right there to meet him. Devastator now suppressing the Plague Champion. Assault Marines still need to be very careful. Plague Champion in amongst and creates an Assault Marine zombie. He could use it to jump that Devastator. He's too busy chasing the Assault Marines though. 190, 318, 2-to-1 cap now for Tex, and he has some bloodletters. Demon Infantry, good damage versus all targets with those Hellblades, and they can teleport and phase out. Mark of Khorne CSM take down a node for Khorne. Very disappointed that it didn't bleed. Force Commander trying to take out bloodletters. They phase out and they're going to use this just to walk into the Devastators. Naaium recognizing the threat and backing these guys off, waiting for those bloodletters to phase back in, which they have now. And nicely done by Naaium, knocks them back with a grenade, with a shotgun blast, and sets up the Devastators. Mark of Khorne CSM unable to finish that cap. Now they are really pissed off. No blood and no cap. Battle cry has gone off, buffing the damage of these tactical marines and scouts, but now it's worn off. I've not seen 4D Emperor goes off. Global ability of the Force Commander, often overlooked by Force Commander players, is actually a really nice global. Grenade launcher heretics harassing power, and as you can see, two squads of them not too shabby at taking down gens. Bloodletters now coming back out of base. Plague Champion still doesn't have an armor upgrade or mucus discharge. He's doing okay without it though, has only gone down once. These heretics need to be very careful. Bloodletters under Nurgle worship and Havoc support, going after the Assault Marines. Very bravely jump into the Havocs there. I would have just jumped away. And now need to be very careful. He's going to defensively jump, but loses the model and now runs into aspiring champion heretics on retreat. As you saw there, Tex not wasting a model by doom blasting those retreating aspiring champions. You shouldn't doom blast just for the hell of it. Doom blast for suppression, and if you think it's going to take out a squad outright. Naaium has Force Commander in Terminator armor now, and now has the heavy flamer. Naaium really likes to use this tactic. Cleansing Flames wipes out a complete gen farm in seconds. Looks like he's not using it though, he's just using the heavy flame as default attack to take out the gens, which is ridiculously quick. As you can see, I think that's the quickest gen bash you can get, even quicker than Bane Wolves. I could be wrong though. Tactical Marines caught here by Mark of Khorne CSM, really not what they want to be in. They are going for this building now, trying to avoid this fight, and they don't lose a model. Wow, Force Commander Terminator now in base using Cleansing Flame and wiping those heretics. Is he going to take out the base turrets? No. Nice map control though for Tex. He's going to get a triple here, I think. Plague Champion is capping mid. Devastator's taken model off the CSM, which are not too far off level 3. Bloodletter's now in amongst these Assault Marines again, and here is the Plague Champion weighing in. Take out a model. It died in mid-air, I think. Here comes the Force Commander now. Double Bloodletters for Tex. Force Commander is going to take tons of damage and recognizes it and retreats. The only Terminator that can retreat. The other Terminators make fun of him. And Naaium, now looking quite thin, has Devastators and Assault Marines. He lost his tax. They were in the garrison, nice and safe. What happened? Scouts now on the way for Naaium. Blood Crusher on the way for Tex. The Force Commander does have a Power Fist in Terminator armor, but he doesn't get Flesh over Steel. And the Assault Marines don't have a Melter Bomb. Devastator trying to take out the Plague Champion. Plague Champion gets into melee range. He has Armor of Pestilence and Icon of Nurgle, so he is really, really dangerous and tough in combat, but very, very slow. As you can see, this is his top retreat speed. Look at the map control for Tex now. 167, 112. Fantastic turnaround. Well, not really a turnaround, but fantastic emergence into a dominant position. Here comes Naaium with that Force Commander Terminator forcing melee on the CSM, and CSM fleet getting the Force Commander his Terminator armor, resets his level and gives him a healthy 2500 hit points and prevents him from leveling further. Here come double Bloodletters though. Under Nurgle worship, these guys are actually out of worship range, and he's put Cleansing Flames at his feet, has he? No. Here comes a Blood Crusher now, a demon with vehicle armor. Decent damage versus all targets, and there is Cleansing Flames. Bloodletters need to be very careful now. Tex moving them out doesn't bother the Blood Crusher so much, and now Bloodletters can go back into combat. Nicely done by Tex. And this Force Commander might go down if those Bloodletters teleport after him. I'm not sure if the Blood Crusher charge knocks him down. Either way, we have Bloodletters teleporting. They kind of get in each other's way there and cannot finish him off. 167, 48. It's a 1-to-1 cap. We have a Razorback for Naaium, who is in tier 3. And he has the zeal to get Terminators out. Can he last that long though? Razorback is a support vehicle for Space Marines, allows them to reinforce and transport, and has a pretty decent twin-linked heavy bolter on top. Blood Crusher will take it out with rear armor hits though pretty quickly, and down it goes. Blood Crusher now needs to run away or something. Use your Daemonic Roar and flee. Tex obviously microing elsewhere. Here he is, almost finishing off those Devastators with double Bloodletters. Man, double Bloodletters is nasty. Blood Crusher goes down to the Force Commander. 167, 38 is a double cap for Tex. Surely he has this game. Naaium is not going to be able to get Terminators out in time. Orbital bombardment on this cap. Definitely won't be able to get Terminators out now, and might finish off the Havocs. All 3 beams on the center, and they are easily taken out. Still a double cap though. Unless he caps right now, it's all over. And there is the GG from Naaium. Force Commander and Plague Champion in combat at the end there. Really nice 1v1, good back and forth. Funny build from Tex, but he made it work. Those double Bloodletters were nasty. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.